Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so
A relic of the
Sam,
aughts.
Sam actually has like good-looking hair in this.
He does. It's not season one
Yeah.
Sam hair, but he does. And Dean looks fine. I mean, they are giving their best, like,
Are
blue
those
steel.
supposed to be like the shadows of the claws of a demon? Is that what that is?
I don't know.
Oh, that looks like Frank Krueger because they couldn't
Yeah.
get the rights for Freddy.
Frank Krueger, Freddy Krueger's less popular cousin.
Exactly.
He tries to kill kids in dreams, but he can only do it in daydreams. Like really scary daydreams.
Right after a fresh new Gilmore Girls.
Yes.
In all
Check out
caps.
Supernatural Tuesdays at 9 p.m. on the WB.
On the WB.
I love how you're glazing over the one hell of a time.
One hell of a time
That's
for
the
a
best
family
part.
reunion.
We weren't glazing over it. We were getting to it.
Jesus.
One hell of a time for a family reunion.
Oh my God.
This poster is
I
everything.
can't believe it.
I'm printing it out. I'm blowing it up. I'm printing it out, and I'm putting it on my wall.
Please don't.
I'm doing it. I'm not gonna put it on my wall either. It's going on one of these.
Oh God.
One of the
It's going to
common
be in the common area wall.
Can we put it right next to our billboard of doom?
Yeah.
We'll put it right under
There's
the
all of our
bananas.
bad ideas
Yeah.
on it. I love this plan. Right next to the banana poster.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so that's what I brought to the table today.
Yeah. Thanks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, oh my God. Stop. Everything stop. Okay, my second favorite part, though, John Winchester's floating head.
Yeah. What is? It doesn't even look like John Winchester. Really. It looks like some.
Nick Cage.
Yeah. It looks like some dude. They just like. Is that the producer? What's going on?
He looks like if Dave Grohl was trying to make fun of Face Off.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's what I was like, a shitty version of Nick Cage, which
Yeah.
is Dave Grohl doing a face-off cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the actor that plays John Winchester?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He looks so much more in place in like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
With his salt and pepper beard. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I know it's like a long time later, but
Yeah.
he just looks so much more like a real person in The Walking Dead.
I mean, yeah, definitely not in this poster where he
Yeah.
looks like fucking Zordon.
Yeah.
Fucking face just in the
Yes,
midst.
just floating.
Can we talk like the lighting between like Sam and Dean's face and his? Because it looks like they're staring into like a goddamn interrogation lights.
Yes.
And he's the
And
one
he's in the
questioning
shadow.
them.
Yeah. Okay, this is supposed to be like the shadow of a demon's hand because you can see the thumb up here on Sam's face.
Yeah.
And this demon only has 4 fingers.
Yeah.
Because it has the thumb and then like 3 big claws.
So it's like a Wendigo.
Yeah. Do Wendigos only have 3 fingers like
I don't
that?
know.
No,
but neither
they're
demons don't.
yeah.
Or like, oh, I know what it is. It's an evil dog.
An evil dog?
Yes. It's fucking Cujo.
You know what it actually is?
What?
It's the grill of a racist truck.
Oh, no, here's what it is. It's bugs.
It's bugs.
It's a Native
it's
American
like,
influenced bugs.
yeah, there's some bugs there.
Yes. It's just a swarm. It's a swarm of bugs making 3 claws and a thumb.
Oh, God. They're actually in their attic right now.
Yes. And they were like, oh, everybody, blue steel into the camera.
I thought Travis was going to say it was a racist truck on the way to casino.
Oh, yeah.
God. And we're all going to hell in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plop that right in there.
There you go.
I didn't have anywhere else to put my tea bag.
Travis just took an old Starbucks, like where they put their baked goods in,
Yeah.
and then stuck his tea bag in it.
I had nowhere else to put my tea bag.
Took a
There's
full
I don't have
minute
any
of time.
trash cans.
Anyways, welcome to Hey Assbutt.
Hey.
Yeah.
We're back.
We were talking about this promotional poster from season 1, like
That-
back in the day.
Yeah.
It's
That looks
awesome.
about as much as you'd expect.
Yeah. Rough.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
it looks like someone designed it in 2003.
okay, so
Yeah.
y'all did not watch Charmed back in the day like I did.
Okay.
Did it look like that?
Well, hold on. I'm about to get to it. But hold on.
Okay.
No, do your thing.
My main exposure to Charmed was because on TBS or TNT, whichever one, they'll do like 4 hours of Supernatural in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
And I used
Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah, that's what my coworker turns on every day.
because I would watch that, just zooming in on Dean's face.
I can't get any closer.
But I would watch like before because sometimes it'd be too early.
Yeah.
I would watch some of Charmed, and I'd be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, quite appropriate reaction.
Do you know what my first episode of Charmed was?
No, I don't.
It was the one... I don't remember the sister's name, but she got like a counter cursed. And she got explosively endowed because she had tried to put a curse on another man.
Oh, yes. That's a Paige. That's Paige.
Yeah.
Played by Rose McGowan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Basically, Rose McGowan left, and they had no idea what to do. And so they were like, all right, Paige, you're the new character now, and everything is fine. And that is what they did. And yeah, that does happen in one of their episodes. That's not the most embarrassing thing that ever happened on Charmed. So,
God damn.
Charmed is not a good show.
Yeah. Look forward to no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, look forward
to our Charmed podcast. No.
Find out on the Hab Podcast Network.
If you want to see a good breakdown of Charmed, go to Movie Night's YouTube channel. She used to do these manic episodes where she would go through seasons of shows, and she did a season, like 8 fucking seasons of breaking down Charmed, and it's beautiful, and all that is wrong with the show is in there. Also, unrelated, you know what we should do though? So there is a hilariously early episode of Charmed which has baby Misha Collins in it. And we should
we watch that episode and do like a bonus episode on that?
We should do like a bonus episode where we watch other works that the actors have been in.
Look for that in the future.
Yeah, that's going to be like behind a paywall somewhere, but we should absolutely do that. But Charmed, the reason why I brought Charmed up is that they used to have these promos on television that were like, the one that I remember, it had like the hokiest guy voice where he was like, something witchy is happening in San Francisco. Are our sisters going to be Phoebe's enchanted another man? And I want those promos for Supernatural where it's like, this time the brothers run into a bit of a scare.
We have the ability to make this.
Oh, man.
We already have done it.
Yeah. We have.
Little ways.
So I know this is a jump back, but if we do that thing with the Charmed episode,
please, can we do that? But continue.
I have the name of that episode.
What's it called? What should it be called?
Semi-charmed gripe.
Okay. All right, we're done. We're done with that.
Also, Travis, can you take like a screenshot of your desktop right now? Because it is, first of all, the stuff that nightmares are made of. Okay, we leave it to you, the viewers. Go to our Instagram. We're going to post that picture. Tell us, does that look like fucking Jeffrey Dean Morgan? No, it looks like goddamn Dave Kroll doing a face-off cosplay. I've laughed too hard, and now I must stop laughing. So no more laughing for the rest of the episode.
I don't know where these actually got saved, so I'm going to have to go digging in my computer to go find them.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it.
I'm just going to leave that up for the whole episode.
Good.
Okay, so I can't hear anything through my headphones.
Oh, really?
And you're still subscribed.
Oh, that's because you're not plugged in.
Oh, hey.
What?
Are you still following
Habcast?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm actually not following
I was
Habcast.
actually going to ask you if we could get the login for that, so we
let's
could all post on
Let's
it.
not say it while we're recording, though.
No. I
All
assume
right.
we'd cut this part, actually.
It's a bunch
Okay,
of underscores. Habcast underscores. And the password is kittens. It's not true. Have fun trying that.
Yeah. I'm going to cut that out.
Yeah.
Man, I worked hard on that joke.
Well, it's getting in the bonus material now. It's going to
Yep.
play at the end of the episode.
Probably.
So, what have you guys been doing this week?
Okay, I got to tell you guys this story.
Okay.
All right, you've already heard this story.
All right. Well, listen.
But I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it to Ben, and I'm going to tell it to our listeners because it actually has to do with work. It was Thursday night at like 9:30, and we're all wrapping up. We close at 10, and there's a few last minute orders. One of them's like going to the hospital, and then I get a call from this guy. He says, "Hey, I'd like a delivery. Do y'all deliver to the Super 8?" And I was like, "Well, there's like 3 Super 8s in our delivery area, so you're gonna have to give me a street address." And he's like, "Oh, it's like 200 Main Street." I'm like, Main Street. There's not a Main Street or delivery area. Well, all right. I don't see... We don't have a Main Street in our area. Can you tell me, like, what main road you're off of? I might be able to direct you to the proper store. And he says, man, I'm traveling around. I don't really know the area I'm in. I just know that I'm at 200 Main Street at the Super 8. I was like, okay. Well, can you just, like, give me a guess of, like, where you are? He's like, I don't know, man. I'm just in 200 Main Street, Huntsville. And I was like, okay, this is going to sound crazy, but Huntsville where? And he says, what? I said, I know you're in Huntsville, but, like, what Huntsville are you in? And he says, oh, I'm in Huntsville, Ontario. What? And I said, dude, you called Huntsville, Alabama. And immediately he goes, oh, shit. And then hangs up. And I realized that he called from the phone in the hotel room. From Canada. He called Huntsville, Alabama from his hotel phone.
How did that happen?
That charges for international calls.
Oh, well, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So I was on the phone with him for 10 minutes.
Oh, God.
So he probably woke up with like a $20 charge for an international call. And I feel so bad for him, but that's just so funny to think about. He's going to pay $20. I really hope he found some pizza.
He didn't even get... Okay, first of all, what does pizza taste like in Huntsville, Ontario?
I mean,
And
pizza
does it
tastes
taste
the
like
same.
how pizza tastes like in Huntsville, Alabama?
Pizza tastes the same around the world.
I know several New Yorkers who would be very upset if you said that to their face. They would be, and some Chicagoans, some Chicagoans.
Hey.
Chicagies.
I have news to all these fucking... Oh, sorry. I have news for all these fucking pizza-ass, snobby-ass motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. Bread and sauce and cheese taste the same everywhere. Pretzels is the same.
All right, I'll believe that pretzels is the same. But here's my question.
Uh-huh.
Do you mean to tell me that Chicago pizza, which is basically like a lasagna you can drink... Do you mean to tell me that tastes the same as fucking Domino's?
Yeah.
Because again, I know some Chicagies, which is what I propose we call
Chicagies? I feel
I
like...
know some Chicagies who would be very upset about this.
All right, let's call Elliot.
I prefer to call people from Chicago Shy Guys.
Shy Guys? Oh, that's adorable.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm just imagining like a bunch of people in like robes and little
And
Shy
the
Guys
little masks.
masks.
Yeah, they're just, it's like instead of like just red or blue or black, they're just Cubs jerseys, but it's like robes.
Yeah.
Everyone
What else
in...
does Chicago have?
The Chicago Bulls.
They have a
The
bean.
Bulls.
The giant
They
mirror,
have the
like
big
jelly
bean.
bean.
Yeah, the bean thing. Yeah.
That's why they call it Beantown.
Is that why that's called Beantown?
It's not called
It's not
Beantown.
called Beantown?
No.
It's called the Windy
Look,
City.
is that crazy? Or I thought it was called the Second City.
No, that's...
No,
I
that's
thought
the-
Seattle was the Windy City.
No.
No.
Wait, what's Seattle then?
Seattle's
the dreary city.
The
Yeah.
dreary city.
Because it rains a lot.
That's not why. That's not. They don't call it that.
No.
No, Seattle's something else. Something to do with that fucking needle.
The Needle City.
Yeah, the Needle City.
We're known for heroin. All right.
Yeah.
So Chicago's the second city, / also apparently very windy. Huntsville's the Rocket City.
Huntsville's the Rocket City.
Birmingham's the Sad City.
It's the Magic City?
Yes.
Sad.
It's a sad magic city.
It's
Oh,
a
no,
magical city of sadness.
Seattle is Emerald City.
What?
I think so.
Why?
I don't know. But all I know, I'm pretty sure, I'm probably wrong, but I'm
I
pretty
thought,
sure
like,
that there's an
Wichita would be
Emerald City. Why? Because it's in Kansas?
Yes.
Fuck you.
Lawrence, Kansas. Emerald City. Emerald Township.
No, but there's a convention called Emerald City Comic Con, and it's in Seattle. So
okay.
I think I don't know. All I know is that Huntsville's a Rocket City. That's the only thing that's important.
That's true. That is true. The fact that Huntsville is the Rocket City, only thing that's important about
Only thing.
life.
Only thing.
Only thing.
That's all you need to know.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so. What have I been doing this week?
What have you
For
been doing this
asking.
week?
Not a damn thing.
Yeah.
I did some writing.
Oh,
What'd
yeah?
you write?
Yeah. I'm
She
working
wrote some
on
notes.
a short story about this girl whose friend goes missing, It's actually a little series of short stories that may be interconnected. It's about this girl whose friend goes missing, and then shortly after that, a crater appears in downtown St. Louis, and she's drawn to the crater. And she goes there to find her friend. The end.
Cool.
It's very The Fault of Namigara inspired. That Junji Ito story.
Yeah.
Right.
Talking about your writing with other people is very boring.
Yeah.
Well,
It's kind of
And-
like telling people what your dreams are.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
unsettling.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Nobody
Good word.
cares.
Nobody cares. So I have a question for you guys.
What's that?
Smack me in the face with it.
I want to talk about what y'all's favorite characters are.
Okay.
In any work of fiction,
Any work of fiction.
any work,
Anything.
any single thing.
Anything.
You can talk about the character that you put on when you walk out into the street and say hi to people. You can talk about your favorite movie character, or your favorite book character, or your favorite comic book character,
Okay.
or your favorite graphic novel character, or your favorite graphic novella character.
Okay, we get it.
Any character.
I already know your answer.
You don't know my. You
I
do know my answer.
I do know your answer.
This is an excuse for me. But let's talk to somebody. Let's talk to Ben about it first, because he hasn't talked as much this episode,
It's
and I
true.
want to support him.
Well, I like Spike Spiegel a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's cool.
Excellent.
Well, I like his like devil may care attitude and shit. Also, like he acts like he doesn't care, but like
But he totally does.
yeah, which is pretty cool and like relatable because it's like something we all try to do, especially I think as guys or other people.
Yeah, we're all trying to be Spike Spiegel on the
Yeah,
inside.
this is very
It's
true.
cool not to have feelings.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is. That's why I don't have any.
Hey,
But
that's
the
why you
thing
delete
about
them.
Spike Spiegel
Yeah.
is that he's not cool. He has a giant puffy jacket.
Yeah. No, those are cool. I have a puffy jacket.
Where's Spike Spiegel from, by the way?
He was born on Mars.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I knew that. I meant what work.
Oh, he's from
Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
Look, I know.
Like,
Yeah.
I was doing it for the fans.
Oh, okay.
I was doing the Socratic method
All right.
of asking questions.
Yeah, it didn't work because we
Yeah.
both just looked at you like you were an
You
idiot.
guys looked at me
we were like,
my head was in my ass.
Yeah, we were like,
Literally
what
in
are
my
you talking
ass.
about? We know you've seen that.
Yes.
I think
You were
we've talked.
Travis, you were just like, I've seen it with you.
I
Yeah.
think we've talked about Cowboy Bebop at least once on this show.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do a refresher.
Okay.
Okay.
Cowboy Bebop is America's favorite anime.
It is.
And if you have a friend who likes anime and you don't like anime, that friend wants you to watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Imagine if you took like classic, like just fucking amazing kung fu, combined it with jazz and like cowboys and just
And
sadness
yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
space.
space.
and space.
The space is one of the most important parts. I don't.
This is very true.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be the same show
Like-
if it just happened in like the American West.
It's amount like bound. It's well, kinda. You could kind of do
yeah,
the
yeah.
same.
Well, you could kind of. That's what Trigun is for.
Yeah.
Kind of like how, like you could hypothetically do Star Wars in the American West.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It wouldn't be as cool. But
Like Star
hypothetically
Wars, you could do
it.
Star Wars as a Western, absolutely.
Yeah.
You could do also.
Well, I mean, I feel like you could. I mean, Star Wars being a pretty typical hero's journey story, you could take a hero's journey story and put it in any genre.
Yeah.
Harry Potter could be a Western.
Okay, never mind. I retract that statement.
Wingardium Leviosa. Pew, pew, pew.
Please.
Well,
All right, we're
here's
done.
what you do: you make Hogwarts a dude ranch.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
Like only make it for like an orphanage instead of just dudes.
why did I bring this
You're a
upon
cowboy,
myself?
Harry.
I'm a what?
A cowboy.
Everything still works. You could still call it Hogwarts,
Yes. You could.
You could.
That seems
You
like
would
a
have-
very Western name now
Yeah.
that I think about it.
Oh,
Right?
God.
oh, but no,
Okay.
like other characters I like. Let's see. You just want to do one and like go around the table.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. One of my favorite characters of all time is Millie Thompson from Trigun.
Yes.
She is literally too pure for that world. She is just the full embodiment of good in the Trigun world, because she is the one person that still cares about people around her. She still cares about her family. She's traveling the planet, and she still writes home to every single one of her family members.
It's a lot of paper.
Yeah. Well, she sells insurance, so she's got a lot of paper with her.
Hey, she's got that paper.
But she's just
Those double dollars.
She's so she's so good and so pure. And there is this moment in the show where I'm not gonna spoil it, but Millie like goes through this thing, and it's like heartbreaking because it's like she's experiencing the real world, and it's just like, oh, you didn't deserve this. You deserved way more than this. So yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's you.
Now, favorite character. Fine.
All right. I know Ari's answer.
I'm gonna say Kino from Kino's Journey.
Okay. Okay. You're avoiding the answer.
The switcher, goddamn.
You're avoiding the answer we all know.
We're just
We're
gonna go
going
around.
around,
Okay.
so it'll come up eventually.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to go around till it comes up.
Yes.
It's gonna be a 5-hour podcast.
Oh, God.
Okay, so Kino from the anime Kino's Journey, which you guys haven't seen, you definitely should. It's basically just this one girl in her talking motorcycle.
Ooh.
And how she travels around to all these different countries who all have like weird shit going on, and then they discuss philosophical questions.
Neat.
She is, she's basically, I like, women who aren't, who aren't, everything I see on American television.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with being that type of woman, right? Which I guess is like either volleys between extremely feminine or kind of like the badass bitch of 80s, action movies, right? But Kino kind of falls in between that. She's pretty androgynous. She cares about people. She's very capable, but she's not afraid of her feelings and emotions and shit.
Yeah.
And her backstory is pretty interesting. She basically was part of this country that she was part of this country that basically when you went from childhood to adulthood, they did this surgery to take away all your emotions.
Oh, that sounds
you would love
awesome.
living there, yeah. And she was basically like, I don't want to live like that. And she met somebody named Kino on that talking motorcycle named Hermes.
Oh.
And he was like, you know what? You don't have to live like this. You can travel around and go live your life. And then her family found out about it, and the entire town that she lived in turned on her, was about to kill her.
Oh, damn.
And then Kino, the Kino that she met, sacrificed himself for her, and so she took on his name and started traveling around with Hermes.
Nice.
And she's just super badass, and I like her a lot.
Okay.
And I like, she doesn't let anything affect her. I mean, she does, but
She doesn't show it.
yes, she's a little more stoic, I think. She's smart.
I love a
She's
character
badass.
like that. Yeah.
I like her a lot.
Okay.
And it's nice to see like a woman fit that, because that's usually like a character type reserved for men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or their stoicness, it's a woman, it's seen as like a bad thing. And their thing is that they need to feel, damn it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Benjamin, it's your turn.
I got one question before I say my next one.
Sure.
How many more times are we going around the table?
We'll do 2 more rounds.
Okay, cool.
So we're
Cool.
all going to say 3 characters?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go with like a current favorite. I really enjoy the Soulsborne games, Dark Souls, Bloodborne,
Yeah.
Neo. My current favorite, because and we've talked about this playing games, me and Ari, and I think Travis as well. It's like putting a little bit of backstory with your characters. Mm-hmm. And in Bloodborne, because the really big thing about that game, you really get to put your own story behind the character.
Yeah, like you get to make your own
Like the backstory and everything.
Yeah. You get to give yourself your own there's a word that I'm looking for.
History?
Not history.
Personality?
Drive.
Yeah, you get to give yourself your own drive and your own
character
reasons.
inspiration.
Yeah, you get
Cool.
to give yourself your own reasons for going through this world like this.
And like the crazy thing about Bloodborne, like the first enemy you see is this giant fucking werewolf.
Yeah.
That's the first enemy you get to fight, and you've got no good clothes on. You've got no weapons. You just got your fists.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you got to fight this motherfucker.
Or just sneak past it.
Or sneak past it, which, guess what? You can't do.
Yes, you can.
But, well...
I've done it twice.
Okay. I just like killing it, so
Oh, okay.
that's what I do.
You just like fighting.
There's more than one way to get past a werewolf.
That is true.
But
Number 1.
Blow up the moon.
You sneak. Number 2.
Blow up the moon.
Blow up the moon.
but
Number 3. Attracted away something it likes. Possibly season 2 of Hannah Montana. Number 4.
but
Attracted away with something else it likes. Possibly
The
human
moon.
flesh.
but what I always like
Which is blown up.
what I always like to put behind the character in Bloodborne was that he wasn't trying to save the world. He's just trying to survive this bonkers ass night.
Yeah.
Just killing like these crazy ass things, just trying to move from thing to thing, surviving.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Gah!
Why are these ghost bastards handing me an axe?
Yeah.
Why is this doll talking to me? Oh, the shit I've seen. But yeah, I just really like a character that he's not, it's not that he's selfish, and it's not that he doesn't give a damn. He just doesn't have the wherewithal to be like, oh shit, like he's being such an onslaught of bullshit is coming at him. He doesn't have the time to be like, oh, I'm trying to save the world. I'm being...
Yeah, he doesn't have the time to consider that. He's like pure self-preservation.
Exactly.
And then he just happens to save the world.
Yeah.
I like that aspect to a story too,
Yeah.
where the character has like their personal motivation maybe isn't altruistic.
Yeah.
Because actually, sorry to go off on a little tangent.
That's fine.
Okay, so I think Chosen One narratives, right? Like the you're the special and you're gonna save us all. I think those are lazy
Yeah.
and kind of not as interesting.
That is equal to the phrase. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, or like one thing
Yeah.
led to another, shit
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. That it's just a terrible,
It's
easy.
just, it's an easy narrative device. Like,
It was a
why
dream
does
the
this
whole
person
time.
have to do this? Oh, well, they're destined.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, okay, an example of like an awesome character who is thrust into a unique situation but isn't a chosen one.
Right.
Frodo from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He's not special. In fact, the fact that he's not special makes him capable of carrying the ring because if somebody powerful did it, they go fucking nuts. And so I really like that Frodo is just in this situation and he rises to the occasion. And that's way more interesting to me than like, why do you have to do this? Oh, well, I was told to. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
There was a
um,
prophecy.
yeah. And so I think that having characters who maybe you can have a non-chosen one narrative and have the character have like altruistic reasons for doing something.
Yeah.
But I also really like, when the character's just like, you know what? I'm fucking here. I want to survive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And like
let's get
I
weird.
just finished watching One Punch Man. Saitama is like that. Like he's a hero just because
He wanted to be.
he felt like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like, I'm trying to think of a chosen one. I mean, Harry Potter's kind of a chosen one narrative. So much
Yeah.
that they even call him the chosen one.
Right. Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are kind of like that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's
Yeah.
not like a special dude. He's just a guy in extraordinary circumstances, and he rises to the occasion.
Yep.
That's kind of Half-Life kind of follows that. Half-Life and Portal both follow this like you're just an average person.
Yes.
You're someone with a doctorate from MIT, and now fucking aliens are taking over, and you gotta beat those fuckers with a crowbar to stay alive.
Yeah.
That's what I really like about like Western comic books, because a lot of times there are so many like heroes in comic books that aren't special. They're just like normal people who worked hard to get where they are and can meet extraordinary circumstances.
That's
Yeah.
why I always preferred Batman over Superman. Like,
Right,
sure, he was a
yeah.
rich motherfucker and he had the capacity to do so.
Yes.
But Superman was just the right alien in the right planet from like the right distance from the sun.
Well, he's a bit of a Jesus metaphor.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he's not a bit of a Jesus metaphor. He's explicitly a Jesus metaphor.
Yeah.
Where he was sent to be, I mean, Jor-El says, like, you can be an example to them. You were sent for a higher purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we could go on and on about what makes a good protagonist and, like, how a story can be built around different kinds of protagonists. But instead, let's talk about Travis's.
Yeah, so y'all
second
went
favorite.
on enough of a tangent for me to think of a second character, so thank you.
You're
Hell
welcome.
I'm probably going to butcher this name because I can't, like...
Do you want to write it down?
It's Mirai Kuriyama from Beyond the Barrier, the main character with the blood sword.
Okay.
She's really cool. She is a character that she has her own motivations through the show. They're actually, like we were just talking about it, she doesn't have any, like, altruistic motivations. Mm-hmm. She's just trying to, like, do this specific thing because she feels like she has to. And she's also, like, trying to survive on her own, and she's always short on money because she's also always spending it all on bonsai trees.
That's awesome.
It's if you haven't seen Beyond the Barrier, I feel like it's an anime that got swept under the rug because it aired in the same season as Kill la Kill.
Oh, okay.
And both of those protagonists, Rukyo and Mirai, both have, like, blood-powered abilities.
Nice.
Okay.
So, obviously, one blew up faster than the other one did, but Beyond the Barrier is very cool, it's very cute, it's very, like, demon huntery. Like, the way it works is there's, like, this society of demon hunters, and Mariah's family, like, her ancestral line actually got banished from the organization of demon hunters because of the magic they use, which is based on using blood.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And there's a whole, like, plot with her and her, like, family and what she actually is. And there's also another character that's, like, a half demon, and they meet because she is trying to kill him because he's a half demon. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. That's, like, half the show. That's, like, the first, like, third of this series is her just trying to kill him, but he's immortal.
Yeah.
So she's always just, like, stabbing him in the chest, and he's like, come on.
I want to, like, from these characters we're going to talk about, try to figure out, like, what our trends are as far as characters we like.
Yeah.
So you guys have given some interesting answers. I'm discovering things about you. All right. I could not decide between these two I have in my head.
Yeah. Really?
I couldn't decide.
Oh, this is your second one.
This is my second one.
Okay.
My third one. So I'm going to talk about two in this little time. Is that
all
okay? Are these rules? Am I breaking the rules?
We don't have rules.
Yeah, there's no
That is
rules.
true.
We make the rules.
We could do
It's their own goddamn podcast.
instead of one more round, two more rounds. I'm really enjoying this conversation. I'm sorry. I just love talking about characters that I love. Okay.
We could just. How long do we mainly go for our initial part? Anyway?
Anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half.
How long has it been?
33 minutes.
We got
Okay.
time.
We got
fuck
plenty
it.
of time.
Yeah, and I got like 4. I got like. I'm trying to decide between.
Yeah,
right
I'm like,
now.
God, I have to decide between my favorite characters. Okay. So I'm going to talk about a character from one of my favorite animes of all time, and that's Kurama.
Okay.
From
Yes!
Yu Yu Hakusho.
If you weren't going to say Kurama, I was going to say Kurama.
Dang. Okay, so now we know 2 of our favorite characters. Oh my God, Travis, I'm so happy we have the same favorite character from that show.
Actually, Suzuru is my favorite character,
Okay, fair
but it's
enough.
easier to talk about Kurama.
Yes. Well, there's more of him to talk about.
That's true.
So Kurama is the super fucking badass character from Yu Yu Hakusho, which is, in my opinion, the best, like, shonen fighting anime of all time.
It would be the other anime somebody would suggest other than Cowboy Bebop for you to watch.
Yes.
Because it's really good and really easy to grasp.
Yes. And the plot is not particularly, like,
It's not heavy.
complicated. It's just a fun romp.
That and there's no charging for 3 fucking episodes.
Oh, yeah, that too. It's not, like, crazy long. You're not like, oh, God, I gotta fucking... It's very fast-paced and it's very interesting.
Yeah.
So Yu Yu Hakusho is about this kid who... Our wall of fucking not Jeffrey Dean Morgan faces came up. And they're staring at me, and they're judging me. And they want me to stop.
Do you know what they're saying?
They're saying, what are they saying? What are they saying, Ben? What are they saying, Ben?
They want the best, the best, the best, the best, the best of you.
Stop, no, stop! I'm being followed by In Your Honor. Stop!
Yeah, we went from anime to the Foo Fighters. I'll goddamn do that.
As we should be able to do. Okay, going back to Kurama real quick. So basically, Yu Yu Hakusho is about this kid who dies, and then he wakes up with goddamn magic powers.
Yeah.
And he assembles a team of fighters to help him defeat demons and shit. And one of the members of the team is a several hundred-year-old fox demon named Kurama.
I think he's a little more than a few hundred years.
Oh, he's definitely. It's very hard. It's hard to tell.
It's a few thousand.
It's a few thousand.
Yeah.
So his backstory is he was a demon thief in another realm called the Makai, and oh god, I'm gonna fuck up the pronunciation of this word. I think it's Kitsune.
Yes.
Okay, which is
He's a fox spirit.
Yes, and he can control plants, and he was a ruthless thief. He was running with these bandits for a while, and they were fucking up, so he just killed them all.
Yeah.
And was like, peace. Then before the series starts, he gets injured by a demon hunter and is forced to flee to the human world and pops into this woman's womb and is reborn. Much like another trickster god I can mention, but is reborn as Suichi Minamono. Minamino.
Yeah, Minamino.
Something. Japanese names are hard. And he basically was a demon brat to her, and then slowly come to see her as a mother and really loved her.
Yeah.
So he gets introduced to this series. He's being pursued by the main character Yusuke because he's stolen a magic mirror which he's going to use to save his mother's life.
Yeah.
Because she's sick. And that all gets taken care of, and then he joins their team. And why I like him, he is by far the smartest character in the show.
Oh, absolutely.
I like the fact that he's got this sort of dual nature of loving son and compassionate, but then also will eviscerate somebody.
Absolutely ruthless.
Yes.
Well, he's very much like when you break a good man, when you break a kind man,
Yes.
how ruthless they are.
He is like
Beware a good man, bad.
Yeah, he is like the he'll rip you to shreds and then smile about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, because he knows you fucking deserved it.
Yeah.
Yes. There's this one.
He will trap you in a tree.
Yeah, he will.
Forever.
There's this. Okay, so spoiler for you, Hakusho, but there's this
Best kill in the
character
movie.
who is definitely the most amoral character in the show.
Absolutely.
And he keeps coming back for a while, and finally he faces up against Kurama, who is in a really bad place at the time because he had to kill a child for the greater good.
Yeah.
And he makes fun of Kurama for that, and Kurama traps him forever in a tree that will force him to hallucinate his terrible memories.
Yeah.
And because the demon in question who he's up against is immortal, he can literally never die.
Yeah, it's
And
going to happen forever.
Yes, and the thing that Kurama says about this is death is too good for some people.
Yeah.
He's just fucking cold.
Yeah.
And that's why I like him so much though, is I like this duality he's got. I like that he's very motivated to protect the people he cares about, which is a very shonen anime thing, right? And
I mean, if you look up the definition of shonen anime, Yu Yu Hakusho might as well be the first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Because it is the definition of I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho invented a lot of the shonen tropes.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Well, if you look up next to 0 Kelvin, you see a picture of Kurama
Of Kurama, yeah.
performing that kill. It's so goddamn cold.
Yes. There's this one. I could talk about this character till the end of time. Also, just in myth, Kitsune are fucking badass.
Yeah.
They're super cool. They can trap people in illusions and make them go crazy, or they can be, good luck. They're kind of like trickstery.
Yeah.
So I just love that fucking character. He's great.
It's a solid choice.
And he fights with plants.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
Rose whip.
He fights with flowers. I love that. I love flowers. Okay, sorry. Continue.
I'm gonna go with xenomorphs from the Alien series.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
The Alien.
Our so far our most least human thing.
Yeah.
Because I figured I wanted to go something interesting next. Because I thought about going with Ripley because she was like the first strong woman character I really got into. Because I had Alien 3 for the Genesis when I was like very small.
You were a tiny person.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed the xenomorphs in the comic books and the movies in particular because they were just the true embodiment of the worst thing you would have to fight. Because you can't stab it, acid for blood. You can't shoot it because you're in a spaceship and they have acid for blood.
Yeah.
But just the sound they make, that hissing and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And even like the creation of it to make the suit. Because like the guy who had to wear the suit, he's got this weird proportions and
Yeah,
shit.
he himself had like strange proportions, which is what made it look so much. He was like, 7 feet tall?
Yeah, he was like
and his
7'2".
arms were like 6 feet long or something. Like it was crazy.
Fucking bonkers.
Yeah, he was a very tall and very lanky at the same time. Like it was. Yeah, he just had those perfect.
The proportions for it.
Yeah.
But what I really like about it is like the original artwork by H.R. Geiger. When he originally created it, he had it in mind. It's been a while since I read the stuff on this character, but he had in mind just like a lot of BDSM and like taboo sexual things in mind, like an alien that would just
AKA the best kind of sexual.
right.
Nudge one, wink, wink, if you know what I mean.
What is that fetish of like the tendril goes down your throat and the alien plops it into your stomach? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oviposition.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I didn't know that had a name, actually.
Hey, this goes to
I've seen it. I've seen that kink. I didn't realize there was a name for it. I shouldn't be surprised. Because there's a name for car fucking, actually. Did you know that's a fetish?
Yeah, I knew that. Everything's a fetish.
And ghost fucking.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But no,
What Travis is into.
yeah, no, Bad Dragon sells. They don't sell just dildos. They sell ovipositors too.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, well,
a
I knew
little
that.
strange.
Yeah.
But no, xenomorphs. Like
Do you want to fuck a xenomorph, Ben? Is this where I find this out?
they don't have a hole for it, and besides, they have acid
Do
for
you
blood.
want a xenomorph to fuck you?
No,
That doesn't mean we don't know what they have for semen.
more acid.
More acid. They only have
But
acid on the inside.
What I really like about them is like they're just ants, and like the big thing with ants is they just want to make their colony bigger and bigger and expand it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, those aliens in particular, don't have the capacity for spacecraft or anything like that. So they rely on people trying to escape from their planet.
Yeah.
And hiding on their ship to go to other planets to fuck shit up. But like even there's one of my favorite comics. I think it's Alien Genocide, where you get to see two opposing colonies of aliens fight each other.
Nice.
And it's pretty fucking cool.
Okay. So my next favorite character is Undyne from Undertale.
Okay. All right.
Have you played Undertale?
I've watched LPs.
You've watched LPs of
I tried
Undertale?
to play it, but
Ari hasn't played Undertale.
No.
I've played Undertale like 300 times.
you would enjoy it.
You would like Undertale.
You'd probably like it too much.
Yeah. But there she
No such
goes.
thing, my friend.
That's where she belongs.
In the trash.
In the trash. But so Undyne from Undertale is another one of those characters. She's a lot like Kurama, where she, when you play the good ending of Undertale, you find out that she really does care about the people around her. She wants to protect them, which is why she wants to fight and kill humans, because she thinks they're bad. But also, Undyne is just the biggest anime fan on the planet, to the point where there is a scene where you have to tell Undyne that anime isn't real. And then after, like, her friends leave, she, like, comes up to you and she's like, please tell me you were joking. Is anime real? And then you get to make another choice where you're like, you're right, I was lying to you. And then she's like, oh, thank God. Because for some reason, there's another character, Alpheus. Alpheus has all of these, like, anime DVDs, but they're labeled as human history.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
half of Undyne's character is her thinking that humans all walk around carrying 12-foot swords, fighting giant robots, transforming into magical girls. She thinks humans just do that.
You don't transform into magical girls?
She wants to be
haven't done that,
that
Thomas?
person. And, like, Undyne kind of has her own magical girl transformation. Like,
is
not really.
adorable.
But she has this amazing suit of armor. It's really cool. And she's just, like, a powerful warrior who's driven by the desire to just do good and be the voice of justice in the underground.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She also has one eye and is a fish.
Oh man, I love that.
Yeah.
I love fish.
She has this really awesome, like, big red ponytail. It's nice.
I love this character based off of your description right now.
Thank you.
Yeah. You own Undertale, right?
Yeah, it's on my computer.
Yeah, you should play it.
I will.
Yeah.
I started it, but
It's weird.
I couldn't figure out how to move the characters.
Yeah, it was because it was similar to Night in the Woods, where it's arrow keys and C, Z, and V.
I guess I knew how
And
to move the
spacebar?
characters. I just didn't know how to do the things I wanted. So,
Okay.
like, I accidentally, the very first thing I did, I accidentally killed somebody, and I was like, wait, no, I wanted to
Yeah,
help them
that happens.
talk.
That
I don't
happens
know.
a lot with people's first, like, blind playthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back and play it again. I just need
Yeah.
to.
No, I had the very same problem with Grand Theft Auto recently.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right, Ari.
All right.
What's another character?
Well, I'm going to talk about, I want to talk about my favorite DC character.
Yes.
He's a member of the Bat family. It's Robin, specifically Robin 3, Tim Drake. I'm just fucking with you. It's Dick Grayson.
Oh my God. We were about to end the podcast.
As my two
This
dear
is
friends
this
know,
is the answer I knew was coming the whole time.
you knew it
How-
was going to happen.
where are we at?
I
All
don't
right.
know.
You have to limit yourself to less than 2 hours.
Okay. Here's why I like Dick Grayson so much.
Okay.
Well, anyways, that happened in Night of the Owls. So,
Oh, God.
Dick Grayson is my favorite Batman family. He's my favorite DC comic book character. And the reason why I like him is, honestly, it can be boiled down into one simple sentence. He goes through all the same shit that Batman does, but comes out the other side still a generally happy person.
Nice.
Who is caring and likes people and likes to work with people. He's very charismatic.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if something that bad happens to you, you're going to go one of two ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne or Dick Grayson.
Yeah. And he has, like, character flaws. Like, oh gosh, how do I say this? He once beat somebody to death
Yeah.
because he got mad at them. To be
Yeah.
fair, that person was the Joker. So, not a
Not
a loss.
Not
I
a
mean,
terrible loss.
I have had days where I feel like I should have beaten someone to death. So
Yeah. So, well, my point is, he's got a temper. But I just, I like him. I like the fact that he cracks stupid jokes and he does a lot of flips. My favorite Dick Grayson run was definitely Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin, which is where he was Batman and Damian Wayne was Robin. So Damian Wayne grew up in the League of Assassins for the first 10 years of his life, and then meets Batman, who he is the actual, like, related to, like,
Yeah.
blood son of, and then basically is like, hey, you're shorter than I thought you would be. I'm a fucking badass. I guess I'm going to join your fight against evil now, except I do it by beheading people. And Batman's like, whoa, you got to slow the fuck down. Then Bruce Wayne dies. Getting to that 2-hour mark. All right. Then Bruce Wayne dies, and Dick Grayson becomes Batman. So you have like a super smiley Batman and a very angry Robin.
Yeah.
And it's the first time that really happens. So check out that run, Batman and Robin.
Batman will kick the shit out of you and smile the whole time.
Yes, make dumb jokes.
Yep.
He puns. One's aliens. I don't know.
Hey.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my little thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah.
That's
On
sure
Robin.
on how Dick Grayson is awesome.
Okay.
With his bad puns and his... Oh, fun fact about Dick Grayson. He has been identified from ass alone.
Oh my god.
He is wildly considered to be like the sexiest comic book character for men.
Okay.
Yeah. Which you guys don't appreciate.
Yeah.
But good gosh, jolly jeepers, I do.
I'm just done hearing about Dick Grayson.
I guess you do live with me.
Yeah, I
so...
live with Ari, so I hear about Dick Grayson about every other day.
I'm catching up on all my DC comics, so I've been reading it. I'm always like, Travis, guess what just happened? And Travis is like, I don't read comic books and I don't care. Tune in next week where I go over Robin number 2, Jason Todd. All right, we can talk about something else now. So Travis.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
This episode. It's called Shadow.
Shadow.
What do you think it's about?
What is it about? Sam and Dean go to a museum,
Okay.
a photography museum, and they're looking at all these pictures and they're like, dang, wasn't film photography super neat? So Sam and Dean buy an old film camera and then start taking pictures, and they go to a dark room to get them developed, and they learn how to do like the chemicals and develop photos and everything like that. And then in the pictures, all of them, they see a shadow.
Hey, Travis.
Yeah.
You killed Ben.
I was hoping for it. I was hoping for a twist to laugh at. It never came. It never came.
Ben died. He's dead now. We're going to
you're
play
ever
Toto at
wondering-
your funeral, by the way. I hope you're okay with this.
If you're ever
We're playing
wondering,
Africa on repeat.
Good.
if you're ever wondering, hey, is Travis ever going to say anything actually clever or funny? Or is he just going to be an idiot all the time? The answer is I'm just going to be an idiot every single time.
Hey, at least you're aware of that.
I'm going to be the most unhelpful idiot I can be. That is my goal in life.
All right.
No,
well,
if you're gonna play anything at my funeral, play "Heat of the Moment" by Asia
Oh, okay.
4 reasons.
appropriate. Don't laugh. You don't know why yet. All right. Well,
Okay.
Travis, I don't know if that's going to happen,
Yeah.
but let's find out.
Let's find out.
So, we were kidnapped by some mysterious company to perform experiments for them.
It seems that way.
And our first test was to see if we could detect a clone, which was Travis.
It seems that way.
And now we have to find Travis, who is still located somewhere in the facility.
It seems that way.
Ben, can you say something else, please? You're making me feel like I'm stuck in a time loop.
It seems that. Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
Okay, good. Now we need to think, where would a mysterious and possibly evil company store our friend?
Maybe somewhere with bananas.
Then, you brilliant fool, you're right. All we have to do is follow the scent of the bananas and we'll find him eventually.
Here's your banana milkshake, sir.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much.
Was there anything else you needed?
Maybe some fries?
Right away, sir.
Travis, we found you!
Oh, hey guys, where y'all been?
There's no time to explain right now. We'll catch you up in the time between the next sketch.
Fair enough, but can we wait for my next milkshake to get here?
Fuck your milkshake! We have to figure out how to get out of here now!
I mean, I guess so. I've asked for fries at least 20 times, but the server just keeps bringing me banana milkshakes. Like every 15 minutes on the dot, too. It's like I'm in a time loop or something.
Congratulations on passing the second test. You may now continue to the next facility.
Well, that was the easiest test yet.
Yeah, and nobody had to get shot.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Subjects seem to be more aware of their situation than previously theorized. Fourth wall breaks increasing. Sending data to Domoplace database.
Welcome back.
All right.
We made it.
We made it.
Through episode 16.
Yeah.
I feel like I say that every time we watch an episode. We did it, y'all.
We did it.
We're not dead
Celebration
yet.
time.
We did it without booze.
Just
far.
barely. So yeah.
All
Let's
right.
get into the meat.
The meat. All right. This episode is called Shadow. And Sam and Dean go to a photography museum.
God damn it, Travis.
Travis H. Cord.
No, so so Sam and Dean are in Chicago, the smallest big city I've ever seen on TV.
Chicago, basically a main street.
Yeah. But so they're in Chicago, and the episode in the captions that opens up with blues music plays. And we see this cold open of this girl like walking home from her job or something, and she's got her hip 2005 iPod in, and it's all cool and good. And then it starts like skipping and fizzles out, and she's like, come on. And then she's, well, okay, whatever. And then she just goes home. But at the same time, she's hearing this thing like calling her name, and she's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm gonna get the fuck home as fast as possible. And she runs home and like slams her door shut and locks her door and turns the security alarm on, which I didn't know. Like, I lived in a couple apartments, and none of the apartments I've ever lived in have had security systems. So maybe that's a northern thing. But I don't.
That's a Chicago thing.
It's
Is it
a
Chicago
shy guy
thing?
town thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lasagna Pizza City thing.
Okay.
Which is delicious.
But so then she's like, okay, I'm at home now. I'm safe. I'm doing some things. And then she's like, let me check my tape machine messenger. My tape machine voicemail thing. And she's doing that.
I've forgotten what those are
Yeah.
called.
What was it called? Voicemail?
A voice box?
Yeah.
Is it a text box?
Wait, what is that called?
I don't know.
I made fun of Travis for
alright.
not knowing, but
It's
now
been
I don't
so
know.
long.
Voice machine. Voicemail machine.
Yeah, something like that.
Some nonsense.
But it records it on a fucking tape.
No, I think people just called it a machine. I left you a message on your machine.
On your machine.
on your
yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like
I feel so young old.
God. Anyway, so she's checking her fucking machine, and she's getting all these things, and she's there's like, hey, how you doing? Or hey, I want you to meet this guy. And then the very last one is, hey, I know the last guy didn't work out, but I think I may have someone for you, and he's not gonna rip your heart out this time. And as rip your heart out is said, her heart is literally ripped out by some shadowy phantasm thing, and she's dead. And then cut to Sam and Dean pulling up to the museum, and they're like, they're in these suits. They're in these like coverall with patches and stuff suits, and apparently they're dudes, and they're going up to look at the scene of the crime, which the police have already checked out, and it's already like vacated and whatever, but there's still blood everywhere.
it's an answering machine.
An answering machine. Jesus
God.
Christ.
We figured it out,
Wow.
everybody.
It's been so long.
Yes.
I totally didn't Google that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Ben just knew off the top of his cranium.
15 minutes later.
Yeah.
15 minutes later.
It took you 15 minutes to find the answer to that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's like you really were using Google in
Even
2005.
Google didn't know. Google didn't know.
Yeah.
Just like Scotty.
But
Lord.
so they're interrogating the landlord about who found her, and the landlord found her, and she was being very casual about finding a dead body. And then again, it is Shy Guy Town.
Yes.
So
She just finds a dead body she's like, this apartment again?
yeah, and so apparently the victim Meredith had been like, not only was her heart torn out, but she was like mutilated and cut up and spread out through her apartment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because The landlord very casually is like, everything was all in order except for Meredith. And Sam is like, where was Meredith? And the landlord's just like, oh, she was all over the place. like someone had dropped a Lego figurine or something.
What I loved about this scene, and this landlady in particular, is that she was so helpful.
Yeah. She was also super helpful.
She might as well have been like, everything was in order. The alarm wasn't tripped. No broken windows or sign of struggles. In fact, I'd almost say it was almost as if a shadow figure came into our apartment and ripped her to pieces.
I think they're called a deva.
Yeah.
I think they're called those deva. Those are from the Zoroastrian religion.
Yeah.
Zoroastrian.
All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves
How do
now.
you say that word?
You wanted to go Zoroastrian.
Yeah.
Zoroastrian.
We're kind of speeding through this thing because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about with this.
Other than Star Trek.
She's like the John Mulaney joke where the Law and Order people go to a bartender. Have you seen this girl?
She came in here last Wednesday. She looked pretty happy. Guy she with wasn't smiling though. Like it was kind of like
the hours of 9:15 and 10:15. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, that's what that landlady was. She was like, yeah, real weird. Almost as if she was killed by something supernatural.
Yeah, so Sam and Dean go to confer what they're trying to do, and then why do they go to a bar? They go to a bar
because it's supernatural.
Yeah, they just go to a bar to talk it out.
Yeah, they
and
just
then,
like it.
Well, no, they go there because that's where she worked.
Oh, yeah, that's where she
they
worked.
go to the bar where she worked. And then, guess who they run into at the bar but
their dad.
Famous photographer who was going to teach them about film. No.
Oh.
It's Meg from the episode where what episode was that?
Scarecrow.
Oh, it was Scarecrow.
My favorite character.
So
Scarecrow?
Meg from the Scarecrow episode is back. And she's like, hey, Sam, what's up? We totally met each other, and now we're in Chicago. Isn't that weird? How crazy is that? That we're both in Chicago at the same time, you know?
Yeah, these are not horns in my head.
Yeah, and Sam is like, yeah, this is pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then Sam and Dean leave, and Dean and Sam have this conversation where Dean is basically like, you want to go bang that chick? And Sam is like, Dean, calm down. We need to figure out what's going on here. And Dean is like, but you want to bang that chick, right? And Sam is like, Dean, there's not enough time.
So what's kind of crazy about this is that Sam gives no notion or signal to wanting to have sex with Meg.
Yeah, that's just how Dean functions.
She explicitly asks him, hey, you wanna hook up while I'm here in town? Well, we're both here in Shy Guy Town. Let's fuck.
No,
and he's like, no.
Hook up doesn't mean have sex.
That's what, like...
Is that what some people think hook up means?
Yeah. It means, like, hook up, like, hang out. It's not like hook up.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, it does, like, hook up does, like, if you want to hook up sometime, that is, like, I want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
But there's another meaning to where it's just, like, you want to hang out?
Yeah, for me, I'm so ace that for me it means let's just go hang out.
Maybe. All right.
I'm not ace, and I'm telling you that it also has that other meaning.
Okay. Yeah. I understand
I'm
that
like
they have
95.
both.
Well, if he was flirting with her, then it was to be like, okay, you're right. In that scene, he was flirting with her, but it was 100% so he could stalk her later.
Yeah.
I don't think he was stalking or like he was flirting with her. I think he was like just a brick wall and she was throwing game at him and it was just bouncing off. And I thought that was funny as hell because as it went on, it was like, oh, he thinks shit's up and that's why he's just letting it bounce off.
But it's crazy that Dean is like, you guys gonna
I was very
smang it later, right?
Sam was very relatable to me in this moment.
Yes. You're right.
Just like you just described, I am just a brick wall that people throw tennis balls at, and I'm just like,
yeah, because of the rules of the internet, someone else is now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If somebody was like, "Hey, you want to hook up later?" and they meant it the other way, and I just heard it in that casual setting, I would have been like, "What? What are you talking about? No." Yes. Not if they were, evil. Though.
But so Sam
maybe if they were evil.
So Sam and Dean decide they're going to split up and figure out what's going on. Dean is going to do some research, and Sam is going to go track down the girl, which is a very role reversal thing that's happening. Like, there's actually a lot of role reversal going on in this episode.
I bet Meg's into that.
Yeah. Dean does some research, and Sam goes to stalk Meg, and Sam basically does this thing where he, like, parks the Impala outside her apartment and, like, watches her change, which is a weird trope that's, like...
You said it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't happen, and you should know it doesn't happen.
Yeah. It's that thing that never happens where a woman is changing with her windows wide the fuck open.
Yeah.
On, like, a city street.
On a city street,
Yeah.
I have once taken off my shirt while the blinds were still, open.
Yeah.
Saw that, moved to close the blinds, and we live in an apartment complex, not much traffic.
Yeah.
Outside of my window. And I was just like, I don't know, maybe the birds will spy on me. I better shut that down.
My window blinds always shut.
Yeah.
I've never opened them.
I don't
actually.
know. Maybe like hot people do that. What am I saying?
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
hot. Anyways.
It is pretty warm
and I
in here.
don't. So, wow, Travis, rude. Wow, God, Travis.
Okay, Google. List of burn centers in the area.
Rude. I guess homophobia doesn't sleep. Jesus Christ.
It doesn't.
The closest one is 3 miles away, but it only has 2.5 stars.
Wow. That's not good. What?
Yeah, it's Crestwood. Don't go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
2.5 stars. Whew,
Yeah.
Not good for a hospital.
So
That is unfortunate.
Right.
So they
Also, what are the reviews of that like? I died, so 0 stars. I'm a ghost. Typing this review from Google Beyond.
God. If I ever die in a hospital because of something dumb, I am going to come back and haunt their internet
page.
reviews. Yeah.
All right, tangent
All right.
away.
So so Sam and Dean like confer together. Dean has done his research, and by that he means he called one of his dad's friends to figure out what this demon was. Oh, they figured out that it was a demon or something because there was this pattern symbol laid out in Meredith's blood in the apartment. They were like, that's pretty interesting.
It made a Z.
It made a Z with a circle in it. Yeah.
Oh, and Sam, before he talks to Dean, finds the altar.
Oh, yeah. So Sam is like stalking Meg to find out what's going on with her. And he finds out that Meg has this black altar, and she is the one controlling these shadow creatures. And also is communicating with someone with this bull, which we saw at the end of Scarecrow. We saw her communing with someone with this bull. So Sam witnesses her doing this, and he's like, wow, this is nuts. And then, so I guess they meet back up at the hotel room to, like, start a plan of action. And before their plan of action has started, Sam and Dean have this moment where Dean is actually the one who starts getting a little emotional because Sam starts talking about, oh, once we find the demon that killed Mom, I want to go back to school. And Dean is like, I don't want you to do that. I want us all to be together and be a family again.
Then Sam's
and we're back into that role reversal thing. And Sam says, we will always be a family, but things don't have to be the same way all the time.
Yeah.
Which I think was a really good moment for both of them. It showed a lot of development, I feel like.
There's some good, like, emotional beats in this episode.
There really are. And that's
with
only
Sam
some
and
of them.
Dean. Yeah.
There's a long triangulated stair that we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Yes.
For too long.
I actually got a little choked up, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. So they have this plan of action where they're just going to bring all their demon fighting shit with them because they don't know what the fuck is going on. Dean has found out that they're fighting, what are they called? Deva from this ancient religion called Zoltar.
Yes.
No.
Zoltarism.
There is no
Xanaduism.
There is no Xanaduism, only Zool.
I've never taken you to Iran. It's Zoroastrianism.
Zoroastrianism.
Or Zoroastrianism.
Zorro.
Okay, we're bad at pronouncing things
Zoroastri-
here on Hey Assbutt.
Zoroastrianism.
Is it Catherine Zeta-Jonesism?
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
I've never taken you to Iran either.
All right.
It's Zoroastrianism.
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 Ceareal. That's how you spell cereal.
Y'all aren't invited to my trip to India either, so get the fuck over it. Apologies to
All right.
followers of Zoroastrianism.
Yeah, we're
hope
goofing off.
to
Sorry about that.
That religion is dead as Latin.
It is not
It's
actually.
not actually.
Really?
We're going to talk about that.
We're gonna talk about it.
We're going
Oh,
to talk
shit.
about that once we get through the
in our
synopsis.
little Monster of the Week breakdown, which I
Oh.
want to come up with a title for that segment.
Yeah, let's call it the Monster of the Week breakdown.
No.
What do you want a fancier
It's
name
the
for it?
Yes.
Malbadin.
How about
Okay, finish your
All right.
synopsis.
So they go get ready to fight this demon, and they confront Meg, and Meg like whoops the shit out of them. She like calls this Deva to come fight them, and they lose and get all tied up. And Dean is like, "Oh my God, this was a trap.
son of a bitch?
This was a trap for Dad." And
Trap
Meg's
all
like,
along.
"Yeah, you're right. It was a trap for your dad because he's weak as shit. He lets his guard down around his boys." And yeah. And then so there's this really clever thing where Sam starts kind of like sort of flirting, more like he's getting sexually assaulted by Meg.
And
It's
he's getting
awkward.
forcibly turned on. by
Yeah,
it.
and but he's also like he's kind of intentionally leading her on a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Because Dean starts pulling out this knife to try to cut away, and then Meg notices that, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get this knife out of here." And then she walks back over to Sam, and then assumes the position again.
Yeah, fuck me through these pants.
And,
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, you thought you were being clever, trying to distract me while Dean cut loose." And Sam's actually like, "No, actually, that was the distraction, so I should cut loose, so I could cut loose," and then headbutts her.
Yes.
Which was very awesome. And Sam knocks over the black altar, and the demon like rebels against Meg and pushes her out of this warehouse window, which apparently they were on like the 3rd story of or
It was
something.
pretty high up.
Yeah, so she falls down, and she's fine. But she's like
She's a demon.
She's motionless on the ground, but she's fine. And
She's
then
twitching.
Sam and Dean gather themselves and go back to their apartment. And guess who is in this fucking apartment?
Is it
Is
the
it a
photographer?
photographer?
It's not the photographer. God damn.
Boom!
Boom, bitch. Move. Okay.
See, sometimes, like, you guys will turn this shit around on me, and I have this eye-opening moment where I'm like, Jesus Christ, I am annoying to talk to. Like, I really am the worst person in the world.
Have you heard the puns we make?
Yeah, oh, I know. Trust me.
It
I'm
balances
very
out.
Yeah,
annoying.
it balances out. But so, who is in the apartment? None other than a yak. Okay, all right,
stop.
we're done.
No,
it's-
bleep out just yak when you edit this.
Oh God.
Oh, like put the censor tone over yak.
Just yak.
Okay.
I think he said something bad.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I think he said something mean,
All right.
and that we laughed at it.
Yeah. But so
Okay, sorry. Continue.
Just
All
leave
right.
the rest of it in too, though.
yeah. But so
We've laughed a lot today.
It's been good. I needed it.
Good.
it's
Aw,
fucking John Winchester.
Dun, dun, dun.
It is Dad. And he dramatically turns around and is like, "Hello, boys." And then it cuts to commercial, and I was like, "Oh, God damn it."
And then rock music plays.
Yeah, and then rock music
Yes.
plays. And so
Hello, boys. It is I, Dad.
So Dad and Sam and Dean all have this like moment where Dean and Dad hug,
Yeah.
and Sam and Dad talk about it's been a long time since we've seen each other. too long, and then they have an emotional hug.
He just stands there.
And
jerking off.
and they just stand there, and they're all like having emotions, and John is about to cry or whatever, and then the fucking demon attacks again. It's like boosh bam boom.
Yeah.
We're attacking you in here. It like pushes John out of the he pushes him away, and then Sam and Dean get all torn up.
Yeah.
And then it's like crazy. What happens after that?
Well, they kind of escape
Okay.
from it. Well, they
So
light a flare.
Sam-
Yeah.
Oh
Lights
yeah,
a
all right.
flare,
So Sam
yeah.
lights this flare, and it like kills the shadow or something.
Well, it chases them away.
Yeah.
He's like, they're shadow demons, right? So they're afraid of light.
Yeah.
That's not a bad move.
Honestly,
No,
like
no.
the last 4 minutes of this episode kind of went by in a blur.
Well, the whole
Because
episode did.
because I was as soon
Yeah, it
as
went by
John
very quickly.
Winchester, as soon as John Winchester appeared on screen, I was too distracted by that fact
Yeah.
to like pay attention to anything else.
Which means it's good that it went by very quickly because
Yeah.
basically what happens after that is they escape and then John's like, all right, peace.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Dean is
Sam-
like, you got to come with us. We got to do this
Or
together.
Sam's
Sam,
like that, yeah.
Sam is like, we got to do this together. Again, another role reversal
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Sam's like, we got to do this together. And John is like, we all have our part to play in this.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to do it separately.
Yeah.
Because they reiterate, John is weak around his sons.
Right.
So they have to go their own way.
I feel like, all right. Anywho,
I'm making faces, by the way. I'm just
Oh,
like,
okay.
ugh.
I feel like the cop out of John being able, or like him just showing up and them having to leave because he's weak around the boys.
First of all, a trope that I hate and has
Yeah.
been disproven by every anime.
Yeah.
So get it together, John.
It's bullshit.
Actually, and I have a theory about this,
Hmm.
which I'll admit, paints John in a very negative light. But I
Well-
can't share it until we get to, where that is. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we gotta put a pin in it. Son of a bitch.
I said when we were watching the episode, I turned to Ben and I was like, I catalog in my brain every conversation that John has with Sam now that I know what's going to happen.
Oh.
And I'm just like, yeah, that just fuels my theory,
Hmm.
which I can't say anything further on.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I think if you look back on it, it all comes together if you think about it how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. But
That's just me.
Okay.
yeah, and so like John hops in his.
In his like big truck or whatever.
It kind of
Yeah.
looked like the racist truck.
Yeah, it looked like the racist truck a little
with
bit.
less exhaust pipe. I'll
Yeah.
give him that
He
much.
followed them to Mississippi, Missouri.
Yeah.
and was
Missouri.
like- Missouri. And was like, well, it's a good fucking truck.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take this with me. We're gonna clean this up. We're gonna. I don't know why he's
Take care of
talking
this
like
goddamn
that.
truck.
Yeah. Take them exhaust pipes off. They don't need that bullshit.
More.
He's
take
talking
all
like
the water
Farmer
out of
Fran.
it.
He went to Louisiana and became Farmer Fran.
And that's how the episode ends.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it ends. So what are our thoughts on this episode?
I think it's good and it went
Yes.
by quickly.
Yeah, it did go
Yes.
by quickly. It was very fast paced.
I think they had a really good idea and just didn't know how to end it.
Yeah, it seems like because one of the last things we see is Meg like in her cool ass Kill Bill coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just like zoom in on her face. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
It's only just
Oh,
begun.
the coat, the jacket. Okay,
Yeah.
in
That's
an
pretty hype.
episode that was a dearth of any fat clothes that were actually good, that jacket
That jacket
was
was
like coming
it.
up for air while you're drowning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an amazing jacket. Because Meredith is wearing the fucking clothes from hell.
Yeah.
She's got on
She's got on like 5 different clothing patterns.
patterns.
Yeah.
She's got on a camo jacket and then like a striped shirt underneath.
Yeah.
She has so much fucking jewelry on. I thought she'd just come from a rave.
Yeah.
It looked like a tie-dye thing underneath.
was-
Yeah, it blew my
It was
mind.
2005. The emo movement was about to begin.
Yes, and that she was definitely like the minute you saw her, you were like, "Ooh, she's kind of edgy."
Yeah.
And then she tossed down the medical bag,
Yeah,
messenger
she was wearing
bag.
like
Oh, yeah.
Converse and like
the
black
medical, the messenger
trip
bag with the
pants,
medical
yeah.
thing on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was very early 2000s, and everything in the early 2000s was bad. So yeah, that was
Yeah.
bad.
You know what? She was a good side character to kill then.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yes.
honest. We didn't lose much.
Yeah, Meredith, more like Merid.
You fucked
Meredith.
it up.
Yeah,
The first line I
fucked it
wrote
up.
down was
would
this
just-
pun. My name is Meredith, and I'm about to be Meredith.
Yeah.
Hey, I dig it.
Meredith.
A little
Meredith.
twist on the "Hi, my name is Meredith. I'm gonna live forever."
Yeah.
I think there was a
Because I didn't get a I'm gonna live forever vibe off of her.
No.
I just got a she's about to die.
Yeah.
I think there was a standout star this episode.
What's that?
It was the Deva because it stole our hearts.
Aww, that was so cute. I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah.
We'll get to the Deva.
Yep.
I thought it would be a good segue.
Oh, we're gonna get to the Deva.
Why don't we just call this segment Freak of the Week?
Oh yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Freak of the week.
Fuck.
Well, we haven't gotten to that segment yet. Okay.
Wait. Freak
Also,
of
my second note was she
the
was killed by her
week.
friend's inability to text.
That's solid.
Yeah, her friend, while she was on the Answer Machine, being like, "He won't rip your heart out." That killed Meredith. So,
Yeah.
We're talking about people who were
It's a real
probably in their 30s in like 2005.
Yeah, people
They weren't
they
gonna
didn't know how to
text.
text.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody knew how to text till like 2011.
And they
Yeah.
also had to do that, A9 keyboard, which was very confusing.
Yeah.
Takes years to learn how to do properly.
T9?
Yeah,
T9,
T9.
that's
Yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah.
I got really good at T9.
Girl, me too.
Yeah.
I didn't get a phone until like smartphones were burgeoning.
Oh, yeah?
So I could do it okay. I could do a few words.
Yeah, I had a Samsung flip phone for most
Damn.
from like being 14 till I was like 16. It was all Samsung flip phones.
Oh, God. I didn't get a smartphone until I was 20.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about how
Well,
old I
see,
was.
14?
I started getting smartphones because my dad and I started getting the same phone. So I would learn how to use it and then teach him how.
Nice.
That's-
So
Yeah.
my first smartphone was actually the BlackBerry Storm.
Damn.
Yeah.
I remember the commercial for that son bitch. My first phone was the Nokia Brick.
I have a note from Travis. Sam's hair is Sam Herring.
Oh yeah. Sam's hair was like Sam steps out of this car,
The Impala.
the Impala, and is just the most Sam hair.
Yes.
I will
The Sammiest of Sam hair.
Why did Meg and Sam have equally bad hair?
Yeah, they both had like, ooh, come on.
Dude, they obviously used the same hairdresser
Like,
and stuff, but still, Jesus.
If Meg's demon aesthetic is to look like someone from the early 2000s, she nailed it.
She's fucking nailing
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Meg's got to blend in.
Yeah, that's true.
She's got to go by the shadows.
Not all
Yeah.
demons can have like rose whips and foxtails. So.
Yeah, that's very special, specific demons. Oh, can we please talk about the fact that, okay, so earlier in the show we talked about how the dead body gave off too much blood.
yeah.
Yeah.
Meredith had too little blood.
Yeah, apparently she had been like cut up and spread out her apartment.
Yes.
But there was not enough blood for that.
It
Was
was,
she anemic?
I don't know. Maybe here's what happened. Maybe the Deva killed her, waited a couple hours, and then cut her up and spread her across the apartment.
Yeah,
Oh.
because he had to go, he forgot the oven.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had shit to do.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He had to put a roast on.
It sounds like he had a heart.
Well, he definitely. Oh, okay.
He was just like, I want to get my message across about how much I've killed this girl, but I don't want the police to have to do a lot of cleanups.
Right, yeah.
Also, can we talk about the fact that the police left a puddle of blood
Yeah, just
that was
all over the
essentially
apartment.
must have been the consistency of maple syrup on the goddamn floor?
Yeah.
I think the idea was that like Sam and Dean were posing as the cleanup crew like after the cops were there.
No,
They were posing as
security.
security. Like,
Oh, yeah.
people
From the
that worked
shit.
for the alarm
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So the police were totally done with this apartment, and that poor
Yeah.
landlady.
And it
has
was
gotta
a
go
week
mop
later.
up
It
fucking
was a
blood.
week. It was a full week after the murder.
Yes, so that blood has been sitting on that floor for a fucking week.
Yeah.
That stain is not coming out of that hardwood. I'm just saying.
yeah.
Or that white rug.
Right?
Well, I mean, the
We'll get rid of
landlord
the
was
rug.
probably going to be like, well, we're going to change the carpets when someone else moves in.
Yeah.
They're not changing that hardwood. That's too
No.
goddamn expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting carpeted.
Well, I mean, you can just get a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser or
doesn't-
something.
that-
No,
does
man,
not
that
work on
has
everything.
soaked into the floorboards.
No?
I've dealt with some bad stains on floor before. Long story, don't want to talk about it. The point is that the next person who has that apartment, if they ever take up the carpet, is going to be like, oh, somebody spilled a lot of strawberry syrup on the floor.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Somebody
well,
really
um,
like Nesquik.
Yeah.
What is it, like lemon juice and something takes up bloodstains?
I don't know, Travis.
Have you killed a man?
I've never had blood stains on my shirt before.
Yeah.
Oh.
He killed a man just to watch him die.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
Did you want his robot arms?
okay.
Yes.
If you are a supernatural creature in Supernatural and you have to be undercover for any amount of time, the first thing you do when you're talking to the brothers is be like, here's a pun about the species I am.
Yeah.
Because when Meg is trying to set up hangout time with Sam, she's like, come on, I could show you a hell of a time. A wink.
Dang.
And then fucking
Oh my God.
Sam's like, yeah, okay, so you're a demon then? Is that what I'm getting from this? Like,
Are you getting horny, baby?
I wish you should have been like, I come straight out of hell. My father is Lucifer.
Damn it.
Thanksgiving is awkward with my demon family. Like, I was just like,
What kind of bone
What
do you think
is
they split
happening?
instead of a wishbone?
just like a human,
Like a rib cage.
yeah,
Yeah,
ribcage.
just break it. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, I got the biggest piece.
Yeah,
I'm
crack.
gonna have bad luck for the next year.
Yeah, you gotta crack the sternum in half.
Yes, they're demons. They could do it.
Yeah.
I love Meg though, so like she literally can do no wrong in my eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
She murders a bunch of people.
Yeah.
She's evil, and I'm just like, go, baby, you're doing great. She sexually harasses people.
Yeah.
That wasn't funny. I wasn't like laughing at that.
Yeah.
I was
Are you
like,
trivializing? I'm kidding.
yes. No, no, I would never. I'm not doing that. It's very bad.
Not yet.
I'm adding another thing to the list. That's another shot, everybody. So just be prepared. For the end of the series, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. Oh, and then my favorite line of this episode, and they're just like, look, the CW / also the WB. Some of the dialogue is a little wanting.
Yeah.
So this exchange happens.
We already know what you're about to say.
Sam, you killed those 2 people for nothing. Meg, I've killed a lot more for a lot less.
Yeah.
So less than nothing?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, are we on like VHS or Blu-ray? You know that Robert Downey Jr. movie?
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. This is not. All right? That's all. Shane Black did not write the script. All right? That's all I'm fucking saying. Normally the dialogue is bad in awesome ways.
Well,
like
like-
shag ass or...
Or when Dean goes, "It's Miller time" for no goddamn reason.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's Miller time.
He is
like,
tied up to a pillar. He has a demon in front of him who is about to fucking make out with his brother.
Wow,
very
killing him,
awkwardly.
yeah.
And he's like, it's Miller time. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
Let's goddamn do this.
You should just kill us.
Yeah.
It's like, damn shit, do you want to die? What's fucking happening here, man? You okay, buddy? I would look.
wanna talk
I would
about
have been like, Supernatural is my favorite show. I'm buying all the DVDs. I'm going to every con. If Dean had said that and Meg had been like, "Hey, man, you okay?
Yeah.
Buddy, what's going on? Let's talk about this." And then Dean had been like, "I don't know. I mean, it's been a rough couple of life.
Yeah.
I felt like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. No, man, it's okay. Let's get this out. I don't want to.
Let's hash this out.
Yeah, I'm here for you, man. Oh, thank you so much, Meg. Oh, I'm starting a little Manny fanfic. Oh, and then we have to talk about. Okay. When Dean and Sam walk into the hotel room for the first time and they see John there,
Yeah.
let's describe how John looks. In
Alright,
this
I
thing.
There it is.
I know.
There it is.
Okay, so Travis just brought up his fucking desktop of Jeffrey D. Morgan
It's on the
faces.
Instagram, man.
Yes,
Check it out.
You should look it up.
Yes. Habcast, HABCAST.
Yes.
That's it. That's all you gotta look for.
His face is the only thing illuminated. The rest of his body is in shadow.
Well, yeah, because his beard is like the equal to pitch black darkness.
Yes.
Except for that tuft of gray hair at the very top. That's
Yeah.
it.
I didn't realize that promo that I found was
Yeah.
specifically
the
for
promo,
the episode.
Yeah, the promo we were talking about at the beginning of the episode. It is specifically for the episode we
Yeah.
watched, which is crazy.
Because that is how Jeffrey Dean Morgan looks in that
Yeah,
scene.
it like same lighting and everything.
And the Deva, that is how the Deva look.
Yeah.
There's shadows across the brothers' faces marking them up, and that's how that
literally
looks.
like scratches them across the face
Yeah.
the way it foreshadows in the fucking picture.
I found that promo on a Supernatural wiki, so it is like pretty serendipitous that happened.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it's serendipitous.
Well, no, okay, fair enough.
I think
because it is on a Supernatural wiki.
I think we just didn't realize. Like, I didn't know what episode we were watching. And I feel like it could have been just a generic, show poster. But then we were like, we just happened to all put it together, and we were like, oh, that is the show poster for this episode.
That is
once we started
crazy.
thinking about it.
Travis, that's a really roundabout way of describing what the definition of serendipitous is.
Okay, I guess it is serendipitous then.
This episode doesn't stand out for me in the season.
It's like Rhymin' and Stealin' by the Beastie Boys. It's good, but it's not the first song you think of when you think of the Beastie Boys.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fight for Your Right, Paul Revere. Those are the ones at the top.
Yes,
This
that's
episode
what I thought
very-
of when you said the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Well, even for season 1 Supernatural, like, it was a good episode. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I was pleasantly surprised because I don't remember liking this episode that much.
All right. So since we're talking about John Winchester now,
Yes.
can I say one thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted when John was in there and Sam and John looked at each other, all I really wanted was for Sam to punch John in the face.
That would
Girl.
have been...
That is what I was
That's
hoping
hype.
would happen.
That's
If
hype.
that
And then
had
it did
happened-
not.
No.
Remember how I was like, I can't remember the rest of the episode because I was too distracted by John?
Yeah.
I was distracted by the fact that did not happen.
Yes.
Do either of you know who Jeremy Clarkson is?
That
That's
name
the
is super
dude from
familiar.
Top Gear.
Yes. He has a very notable smug face that
Yeah.
he likes to use when he's right or when he wins something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like when they see John for the first time.
Yeah,
This
he
like
had this
smug grin.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like,
It was
I knew you guys were here the whole time.
It was like something where they walked in and his face was like, "Hey, you miss me?" And I
Yeah.
wanted Sam to be like, "No, man, you kicked me out of the house because I wanted to go to college. Fuck you."
Yeah.
It was
And,
totally r/punchable faces material.
Yes. Yes. I.
It looked like this.
Yep. Like a target, like a punching bag.
Yeah. Although I will say the scene where Sam and John like actually talk and focus on each other for the first time, I got a little teared
Yeah.
up.
It was
Yeah.
emotional.
It was emotional.
What was that thing you said at the beginning of the episode? Like, it's against the law to have more than 2 emotions in this family.
Oh yeah.
They all broke the law this episode.
Okay,
man.
so
What are the 2 emotions?
Dean flirts more so than everybody flirts with like more so than normal, I should say, in the Supernatural, flirts with a lot of girls this season.
Yeah.
And Sam was like, "Can we just focus?" And I said, "Nope, only 2 emotions allowed in this family: anger and sex."
Yeah. Yep. Sex is the emotion.
Sex is an emotion. It is for us. And they broke those rules. They felt
Yeah.
many more emotions
They broke all those
than
laws.
just anger and sex.
Yeah, the new emotions. Yeah. Nails across
Nostalgia.
the face.
Nails across the face.
Damn.
They have a whole new emotions to categorize.
You have no whole new holes in their face.
Oh God. But yeah, that to me was the true standout emotional moment of the episode, not the end where they stare at each other for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, in a weird,
Yeah.
like, arm triangle.
Yeah.
They just took turns staring at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kinda
it was
like I do
like
it now.
it was like a full minute of the
Yeah,
last.
it wasn't 5 minutes. It was a
It
bit
felt-
of time.
It was
Yeah.
yeah.
It was awkward to be part of from the side.
And then
Yeah,
he
it
drove
was
away
strange.
and was like, "See you boys later." And I was like, "Bitch, hug your fucking sons."
Yeah. Well, he already hugged him once, so
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
Quota
Yeah.
met.
Yep.
Yeah, when they were born.
Yeah.
That's it.
Once when they were born, second time in the episode, and that was, frosting on the cake. You better
Yeah.
be happy about that.
That was an extra for you.
Yeah.
I already met the quota.
No more hugs.
Yeah.
End of hugs.
Yeah.
And he drove out to the sunset.
Yeah.
So close and yet so far away.
He gave like the 2-finger slow wave like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then before we get to the Freak of the Week segment,
Would have been really great, like when he started driving off, it was just like freeze froze, and then it went to like a just grayscale, and it said "See a Hunter."
See ya, Hunter.
Oh,
Then a slow jazz starts playing.
Yes.
Dun-dun-dun,
Or
dun-dun.
ooh boy, you're gonna carry that weight.
yeah. Or Roundabout by Yes.
Yeah.
Or see ya, Huntress.
Yeah. Or it's the final countdown by Europe.
Oh God.
Hey.
Or heat of the moment. All right.
It was the heat of the... Okay.
Okay. So we got to talk about. Well, what were the standout emotional moments? Do you all agree with me? Or
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
definitely more than like Sam and Dean's little
Yeah.
spat, which
Yeah.
I actually want to talk about next.
Okay.
So in this episode, Sam's like, "Yeah, what are we gonna do once we kill the thing?"
Yeah.
And then Dean's like, "I don't know, probably keep hunting." And
Yeah.
Sam's like,
There's always something to kill.
"Yeah." And Sam's like, "Cool, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go back to college." And Dean is actually visually very
Distraught.
torn up by this.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get y'all's opinions on that.
I'm glad it happened.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like it was a long time coming, and it was something Dean needed to do.
Yeah.
He needed to get it out. Yeah.
He needed to be like, "I want us to be a family."
But then Sam comes back with, "We're still a family.
Yeah.
Like, we'll still love you, like, no matter where we are. But I understand because my sister lives across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not, you don't just need to talk to the person. You need to see them,
Yes.
you know, from time to time.
Well, and I think they're like I sympathize with the Dean's emotions right now.
Yeah.
I know that feeling of not being near your family and wanting to see them and speak to them and missing and even feeling nostalgic for how things were before.
Yeah.
But also, Sam is right in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In a way, there is a reading of this show where Sam has escaped an extremely abusive situation. So no, it shouldn't go back to how it was before.
Yeah.
You know? And also, even if it wasn't abusive, Sam's allowed to live his own life.
Yeah.
And there's nothing stopping Dean from seeing him after all this is over. He's allowed to go back to school.
Yeah.
But that was so often in this show, I am biased towards one character or another in arguments, and I think that happens with the fans a lot too.
Yeah.
They kind of like pick their I will fully admit I am going to read John Winchester unfairly because I don't like him.
Yeah.
And it's not even that I don't like his character, because I actually think he's a good character. I don't like his personality. I think he is a bad person,
Yeah. He's
Right?
a terrible father.
even though I kind of sympathize with some of his actions
Well,
or the situation they're in.
I think he is like the way that it shows like that revenge has no payoff.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
a life filled with vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All for revenge.
He was so obsessed with avenging his, wife's life.
Yeah.
No, I didn't like that.
He was so obsessed
that
with avenging the destruction of his private army that he let it.
Goddamn Cypher! They played us like a goddamn
All right, you lost me.
Yeah, we're referencing Metal Gear.
Okay, I gotta watch Metal Gear. I gotta, or play it.
Play.
Yeah.
I gotta do that, all right?
Okay, that's
my new thing I'm doing.
there's 5 that you should play.
Okay.
So you get your work set up for you.
All right,
Yep.
well, that's fucking what I'm doing.
You can play them in numerical order. That's fine.
Okay, I'm
Or
gonna
you
do
can
that.
play it in timeline order, which would be fucking nuts.
That would be retarded.
I am doing this.
Don't.
Yeah, no, don't.
I don't. Maybe. Okay, whatever. The point is that Solid Snake. The point is that that's a Metal Gear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metal Gear.
Yes.
Words today, y'all. It's
Words.
hard.
There's something wrong with the mics.
The point is that like it's nice to have moments where you see both sides.
Yeah.
And you can agree. I don't know.
You can agree to disagree, but like wholesomely
Yeah.
agree.
You like I agree with Dean emotionally, but I also agree with Sam emotionally. Actually.
It's more that you agree with the Dean emotionally and you agree with Sam morally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Intellectually.
Yes.
Heart wants what it wants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Dean wants Sam. I don't mean in a slash fit kind of way.
All right, I got it. I got what you're putting out.
Yeah, you got to pick up and put it down. Yeah,
Picking up
yeah.
and putting down.
Hey.
We're on the same page.
Hey.
High five.
Bam. You got
That was very
Oh
light.
yeah, that was.
I flinched every time.
I think that was the lightest high five I've ever seen Ben give.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I flinched every time you come for a high five, and I was
saw.
not expecting that.
Yeah.
That's why I did it, and I thought it was funny as hell.
I'm glad you enjoy my fear.
I still did it, and it still broke it at the last minute.
Yes. But yeah, okay. So are we ready to talk about?
Yeah. Let's talk about this.
Pink, Pink Dave in the room.
Yeah. Huh?
The shadows?
The pink
Yeah.
elephant in the room.
Let's
Pink elephant.
talk
It's
about.
I'm not on drugs.
Let's talk about Voltron.
Yeah.
Okay. Voltron. 5 lions that come together to make one giant
Photographer.
robot. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, we're going to talk about a very old religion.
Yeah.
I wanted to subtitle this episode Zoroastrianism, or Why Supernatural is Sometimes Full of Shit.
Yep.
This is a thing that happens on the show a lot, is that the freak of the week, they supernaturalize it.
It's like they borrow a name and a general concept.
Yes.
Sometimes they don't even borrow a general concept. They just borrow a name.
A name, yeah. We saw this in the Scarecrow episode. The Scarecrow was called... Fuck, I don't remember.
The Scarecrow was some Norse god, and then that Norse god turns out to be not actually what they described it in the show at all.
Yeah, not at all. Like, not even close.
Yeah.
And that kind of happens with the Deva.
A little bit. It kind of happens, but it's like... I mean, you were explaining it to me before we started recording, and it's actually... It's kind of interesting.
Yes. Well, and I'm also... I'm torn, because I have to... I understand why Supernatural does it, and they have to fit it into the episode, and obviously they don't have an unlimited budget.
Right.
But also, the Deva and Myth are so much cooler than what we saw on the show.
Oh, yeah.
That it kind of bums me out. I wish they had just created something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Like, I think when they had the original idea for the episode, they just had, General Shadow Monster Demon.
Right.
And then they just had to find a name that fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to find something out there in real life mythos that had a real name
Yes.
that was similar, and I think they did. They made an attempt.
Yes. And that's I'm wondering how much credit to give them with similarities, because we're going to get into, like, I think they accidentally did something right.
Oh.
But maybe they did it on purpose, but I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. So buckle up,
All right.
truckle ducks, turtles, because here's what's about to happen. I was like, time to research the monster of the week.
That was me buckling up.
Nice. I was like, all right, time to research the monster of the week. So I got on the computer and I was like, just going to do a quick search, Deva Demon. And then I spent the next hour and a half on the internet researching a religion that I have never heard of before, in a language that I have never heard of before.
Okay, sorry.
That was the Kleenex.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, my brain has expanded. I could feel the neurons being created.
Yeah. You learned something.
I consider myself to be really pretty well versed in quite a few mythological systems, and I did not know a lot about this.
Yeah.
The first time I saw a word that I recognized was Zarathustra, because of Nietzsche. Thus spoke Zarathustra.
Mm-hmm.
So buckle up. We're going to talk about this. I'm honestly just scratching the surface of this religion. So, gosh, where to even start?
Yeah.
Okay, Zoroastrianism, or Zarathustranism, the name comes from the Iranian prophet Zarathustra, or Zoroaster. And back, they said in the show, and this is true, 2 centuries before Christianity was even a thing, Zoroaster wrote the Gathas, and y'all forgive me, I'm going to mess up these pronunciations, but I'm trying my hardest.
It's all gonna be a mess.
I watched a documentary on this earlier today, so I'm doing this from like what I heard in the documentary, so please forgive me. Which are 17 verses about this religion, right? And so this religion, it's kind of like, it heavily influenced all the monotheistic religions we know and love today: Christianity, Islam, Gnosticism, and Second Temple Judaism, which is the Judaism we know and love today. It's very old. It's a monotheistic religion. They worship Ahura Mazda, which translates to supreme being. They have a heaven and hell. And also, it's a dualistic religion, which means there is a good guy and a bad guy. And their version of the devil is Angra Mainyu, who controls the Deva, which are like, that translates to like bad god or false god.
Yeah.
And you are supposed to denounce them. You are not supposed to worship them. And basically, there seems to be this abstract concept called Druge, which is the feminine aspect, the feminine personification of like lying and deceit. And it is a obscuring force that keeps people from seeing the truth and being good. It turns them away from goodness into evil. This force is a Deva, and it is represented by darkness, right?
Okay.
And then on the other side, you have Asha, which is another abstract concept, and that is meant to be goodness or the act of creation, which is used by Ahura Mazda to spread goodness throughout the universe and the world, and that is represented by light or fire.
Okay. So you mentioned that the one with deceit was like feminine. Is the one for light and stuff like that also feminine?
Not that I could find.
Okay.
There are other Deva. I found like a little website that went through like the popular ones, and not all of the Deva are feminine.
Okay.
Right? Although we have certainly seen in other monotheistic religions, like women portrayed as the liar, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But actually, one of the Deva, and this one's by far my favorite, the Akamana, is actually a male Deva, and sent down to seduce people into evilness.
Ooh.
And it said he has the head of an elephant with tusks instead of teeth, long hair, and blue eyes.
Yikes.
And
pretty
he had a hold of somebody. Ooh. This is in a very famous Iranian poem called and again pronounced, forgive me, Shanhara. Whew. And he had a hold of this guy and was like, all right, I'm going to throw you into the mountain or I can throw you into the sea. Pick which one. And the guy, knowing the evil nature of Akamana, was like, cool, throw me into the mountain. And so he threw him into the sea.
Oh, man. This sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, this sounds
right?
like Travis as a demon.
Wait, are you the male personification of Akamana?
I might be.
Did you find?
I might be.
Yeah.
We may have to kill Travis.
Yeah.
Again.
Have you noticed my teeth growing unnaturally long?
Yeah, how you're always trimming them when we come over here.
Yeah, I gotta file them down.
Yeah,
You know.
those blue eyes are giving you away right now. I'm kidding.
So,
Spoiler alert: I don't have blue eyes.
Yeah.
They're hazel.
Zoroastrianism actually sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
The path you want to leave is the path to truth. And there's the saying, good thoughts, good words, good deeds. That's how you get into heaven.
Oh, I like that.
And Akamana, which translates to like evil deeds or evil intent.
Yeah.
That's how you go to hell. And it's the Deva's job to kind of, try to corrupt you.
So
which
you're
is,
already
what we
seeing this
see
kind of like good thoughts and good deeds. So you're already seeing this like think good things, do good things, as in like you also have to, do works to get into heaven. And
Yes.
that's a big thing in a lot of Protestant Christianity things is like doing good works.
Yes.
So that I think that's kind of
There's
interesting.
the conflict between do you get into heaven through faith or good works?
Exactly.
Which exists in a lot of like Christian dominations. So here we see is like
It's kind of
you
both.
have to do
Yeah,
good
you have to
works.
do both.
Yeah. This religion actually does still have followers. Less than 20,000 in the world, mostly in Iran or India. God, I love this religion so much. You're not supposed to, congregate to worship. You worship in your house. Although several centuries after kind of the religion had been formed, they did start creating like fire temples, which is where the eternal flame lives. And that's supposed to represent Ahura Mazda and Asha, which is the flame aspect. So in Supernatural, they took all of that lore, and again, I am scratching the surface. I haven't even talked about some of the. I haven't talked about Angra Mainyu's twin brother. I haven't talked about fucking Druge, really. I haven't talked about any of this shit, right? I'm just scratching the bare minimum.
You were looking up a lot of stuff, and I was like, oh my god, how deep does this go?
I watched a documentary about this, guys.
This goes all the way to the top, Travis. All the way to the top.
Oh, that's one of the things I like about Zoroastrianism is that there's this emphasis on knowledge and how one of the Deva actually corrupts you so that you can't tell the difference between good and evil. And so already at the basis of this religion, knowledge is so important because that's how you find out the truth.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what Asha is supposed to reveal to you. It brings a light to the universe. It creates things. It leads you on the correct path. I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, this also seems a little bit like Full Metal Alchemist Alchemy.
Yeah.
Like finding the truth.
Yes.
And then the truth is all fucked up and shit, so who knows? Who knows what's going on?
I mean, this truth is the, this is the correct path, the correct thing to do, so.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty fucking cool.
That is cool.
So yeah, Supernatural took all this lore and was like, I don't know, shadow monsters? Shadow monsters.
Yeah.
Shadow monsters.
See, that's the thing, is I think they created the shadow monsters and then just
picked the name
off the surface of something. Because like you said, the Deva are embodied by darkness and deceit and stuff like that. And
Druges, yeah.
Yeah, Druge. And so we see that with the monsters being, you can only see them through their shadows.
Yeah. And they are defeated by
the light,
the flare.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm conflicted. Am I giving too much credit?
Yeah. So you said, are you giving too much credit, or they accidentally did something right?
Right. Yeah.
Which could have been that flare thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why I'm kind of like the myth is so much cooler than what y'all did, and I understand what y'all had to do, but like Buffy had this, right? Like I remember watching an interview with the Buffy writers, and they were like, yeah, people assume we're just combing over demonology textbooks and like, nah man, we just make shit up to fit the theme of the week.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no, that's what X-Files did too.
yeah. And I was like, okay, clearly you guys are just doing that. So just do that. Like, just commit to that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But I mean, it's tough to commit to that and also like try to think of your own names.
That's true.
Like, that's actually one thing I love about H.P. Lovecraft's work is that it's all in the public domain. So you can like make up some shit and then just steal a name from H.P. Lovecraft and be like, it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this Eldritch
Yeah.
being. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, overall a good episode, and the Dave are really cool, and I'm glad I had a chance to research them.
Yeah, this really neat to know about.
It was solid.
Yeah.
And I always like finding out more about, myths and religions and stuff.
Which is always fun because, like, the big thing with religions and mythology is that it's just shit that people came up with.
Yeah.
And I find that's really cool, like, to see what people really want to just think of. And that's what I love about H.P. Lovecraft specifically.
Yeah, oh
it's
man.
Just all from...
There is a website out there. You can actually go read all of H.P. Lovecraft's work for free. These people that run this website, like, put it all up to read. They also put together some audiobooks and stuff. Like,
hell yeah.
During the course of October, I was reading The Dunwich Horrors. Which I really like. It's also referenced in Fallout 4. There is a mining operation called Dunwich Borers.
Yep.
Which I love that pun. And then you go down and you actually find a statue of the Elder God that is a reference to the Dunwich Horror.
Yeah.
It's really super cool.
There's a lot of references to Lovecraft in that fucking game.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. There's a ton.
And yeah, so that's my, thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah.
On Zoroastrianism.
Yeah. On this episode of Supernatural. And
it was solid. I liked it.
The Freak of the Week.
It was good. It was good. I feel like I really learned something.
Yeah. You know what? It's nice to have episodes that are just like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
good episode, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't too. It was very middle of the road. Good. Like I'd like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
Hey, if you felt like you learned something, tweet us at Habcast.
Yeah.
Let us know if you feel like you learned.
Or, like I said, I barely scratched the surface, so if I find something wrong...
Oh, yeah, and if you know something about Zoroastrianism,
Yeah, let us know.
tell us. Because this is something that I am legitimately glad I've learned about this.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I've enriched my life with
Out
knowledge.
of all the Freak of the Week research I've done on the episode,
and
this is definitely one of my favorite.
isn't that just the thing with Zoroastrianism is learning about stuff,
Yeah.
filling your heart with knowledge and
Yeah.
good stuff. Have I been saying it wrong still?
Yeah.
I think you said Zoroastrianism.
That was
and
me
it's
actually trying to say.
Zoroastria. It's Zora. Rah, rah, rah.
That was
Rao.
me
It's
trying
like-
to say it right.
It's like Zoroa.
It's almost
and
like
that's what trips
Zora.
me up.
Yeah, Zoroastrianism.
There
What
you
is
go.
the sound that OA makes?
Oh.
Is it O?
If you know the sound OA makes,
Tweet
tweet
us
us
at-
at Habcast.
With your
No.
little recordings of yourself saying
No.
Zoroastrianism.
yeah, that'd be amazing.
You have me saying it now. It's Zoroastrianism, not Zoroastrianism. Okay, we tried, y'all.
Yeah.
Travis is just a deva here to slip us up on our path
That's
You're-
what it
to
is.
the lightness and the
You're
truth.
Aka.
Pella.
You're Akamana.
I am the Akamana.
Also, quite frankly, if you know how to fucking pronounce these words, please.
Yeah, please
Please
let
let us
us
Shoot
know.
us a
Please let
video
us know.
either on Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, tell us how to
Smoke
pronounce
signals,
these things because
Vine.
it's really a mess over here. We're just
YouTube.
we're just 3 people from Alabama
Trying our best.
trying our best.
Yeah, we're just a little
Failing
couple of
often,
uncultured
trying our
swine
best.
trying to talk about
All right,
these
well, I
foreign
didn't go that
religions.
far.
Okay. All right.
We're not uncultured
We're
swine.
not character. We're not caricatures.
Yeah.
It's true.
That
No, we're
is.
not. You're damn right about that.
He's got an accent. So. He's got a
I can
pretty heavy accent.
I can talk without an accent sometimes.
No.
No.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
no.
Not that
even,
time.
Like that was an attempt, but even still, it came out at the end.
The only time I cannot do it is when I'm on the phone at work, and that's it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I should call you at work then.
Yeah.
And be amazed.
Yeah.
All right, so, any last comments, questions, concerns, hopes, dreams, thoughts, wishes?
Again, I really just wish that John Winchester had been punched in the face.
Girl, you and me both. I'll send you some fanfics I've read where that happened.
Cool.
So,
Please don't. Don't at me.
even if it's not gay fan fiction,
Yeah, no, I don't want it.
whatever.
I'm not gonna
Oh, yeah.
edit it for you. This is the last time I will
It's
say
not
this.
my fan. You know, that's not true. It is. It's just one line. Here's the title: really good fanfic, and then the meat of it's just one line, and it's Sam punched John in the face.
Yeah.
The end. Sam punched John into the face, and then he flew into the space, and then he flew into the sun, and then he burned up and
Ollie
died.
into the sun.
And that happened.
Okay.
So, was there any other things about this episode we got for us?
I don't think
No,
so.
All right.
that's all I needed
So,
to say.
what was the next episode called?
Hell House.
Hell House.
Oh,
All right.
son of a
I'm
bitch!
so excited for this
Yes!
one. So excited.
Okay.
Mr. Short, hit us with it.
So Sam and Dean go to a church in October.
Ooh.
And
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I have one more question for Travis. A
Okay.
serious question.
A serious question.
You have learned a little bit more about the plot.
Yes.
What do you think is going to happen next? Any theories?
So Sam and Dean have finally met up with John again.
Yes.
And they have
Knowingly.
knowingly met up with John again. And they have decided that they are going to hunt this demon down. And John is on the brink of finding it, and he's going to kill it. But he doesn't know how. Mm-hmm. So either Sam and Dean or John are going to come across the knowledge of how to legitimately kill this demon. Mm-hmm. Not just send it back to hell, not just do whatever, but kill it dead. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's going to be what's next. And then they're going to kill the fucking demon.
Damn, good. All right, well, if that happens, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But what's the next episode? Hell House?
Hell House.
Okay. Sam and Dean go to a church
Okay.
in October.
Oh, okay.
And they
See where this is going.
they're ready for some spoopy times. They're like, we're gonna take a break from regular spooky life to actually just have a little fun. We're gonna go to this hell house sponsored by this church, and they go in and they get told about how much if they sin they're gonna die and go to hell.
Oh, not a fun
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, you went from 3 spoopy 5 me to 1 spoopy 2 me.
All right, well, I don't know if that's going to happen, but if it does,
We'll find out
next time
Yeah.
on Hey Assbutt. It's been a while since I did this.
hey!
Hey.
Hey.
You can find us. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Habcast. Or Hey Assbutt Podcast. You can find us on Tumblr.
Tumblr.
At habcast.tumblr.com.
Tumblr.hell.com.
Tumblr.l.com.
Ugh.
We have 3 posts.
Yep.
The first post
one of them
is
is about Buffy.
a Buffy the Vampire Slayer post. The second post is the episode, and the third post is a gift from episode 1.
We're gonna have way more than 3 posts by the time this episode
That
airs.
is true.
Yeah,
but at the time, we have 3.
Yeah.
But as a blank of blank of blank.
Yeah. Anyway.
You tried. Hey, you tried, buddy.
They all can't be physics.
Okay, let's end this episode on something really good.
All right.
And go.
Pasta. Just kidding. I don't like pasta that much.
Okay.
So Zoltar is pretty cool.
Zoroastrianism is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, man, make an attempt, okay? Try to say the word. I know it's hard, but try. Zoroastrianism.
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 Snozberianism.
Zoroastrianism.
Snoz.
Pastafarianism.
Stop.